Hello, everyone, and welcome to the premiere pilot episode of Will It Work? A PvP Bleach Brave Souls series where we take some unorthodox builds and see if they will work. Now, for this particular episode, we have the full strong attack damage team with no hit points. Ulquiorra is set up as follows: 30 SP accessories, or there's a what? There is 120 SP accessory there, a level 10 link slot, and full 25 strong attack damage links. For the brand new Toshiro, we have 30 SP accessories and full Senkaizen links, and that's to take advantage of his 10 hit barrier, which should allow him to get several strong attacks away before being defeated. And for Uwatch, we have a 10-10-10 Uwatch with 30 SP accessories, 2 Senkaizens, and a full stamina damage boost Rukia in a link slot. So let's see what happens when we actually take these characters to a PvP match. And I'm not going to look for any specific types of enemies. I'm just going to go with the first ×2 enemies that show up on the screen. Alright, so it seems we have some opponents here. Azoke, using the standard Retsu. Let's see how the team does. Oh no! And I've made a huge mistake. I forgot to put it on attack strategy. That could cost me the match. Yes, they are not using their strong attacks. They are not using their strong attacks at all. And this is the wrong team anyway. Well, that first battle was a fail. Although we somehow won regardless, that is not a good indicator of the team I meant to use. But we're gonna leave this in the video because, anyway, moving on. Let's switch to the proper team now. The team I meant to use in the first battle. Switch to attack strategy, and here we go. Take 2. Naruto Uzumaki. Sounds like someone who will be very easy to defeat. Usually Naruto fans aren't very skilled or knowledgeable about this game, or Bleach in general, so I'm predicting an easy victory here. There we go, using the strong attacks right away. Toshiro's already dead. We've done significant damage, however, but it doesn't seem that it has worked out. I do not know what to attribute that defeat to, because the action happened so quickly that I was unable to determine the factors leading to my defeat. Let's keep looking for opponents, however. I am not prepared to abandon the strategy just yet. Okay, Smash. 1438 attack, leading with Uwatch. Let's see what happens. Hopefully all 3 characters will launch their strong attacks immediately. Because if they do not, it will be a swift defeat. Oh, I had not anticipated the 10 hit barrier on Uwatch. He also has a 10 hit barrier. Ulquiorra is already dead. Uwatch is dead. Everybody's dead. But we did do about half their hit points in damage. So that is something to consider as well. The Uwatch, if you're facing a Uwatch, he has a 10 hit barrier as well, which enables him to survive the initial onslaught of strong attacks from my characters. Oh, moving on. A Kisuke. This should be a fairly easy victory. I should probably not even battle this Kisuke, but we're going to do it anyway because I need a moral victory. I have a feeling that if I possessed more Senkaizen links for all my characters, this strategy would be more effective. Okay, Kisuke is immediately defeated, and that's what I had intended to do in the previous battles where I had suffered defeat. Keep in mind that this is an all or nothing strategy. If you do not wipe out the other team with your first volley of strong attacks, you are not going to win any PvP matches. Let's move on to 35. 1699 attack using Retsu as lead. And let's hope that he does not have a Uwatch. Okay, there's no Uwak on the field. And let's see what happens. Okay, Retsu is immediately defeated. Okay, Kusaka is left. Okay, so that is a solid, convincing victory, but I do not feel that that team was particularly difficult to defeat, and we have the extra battle. And voiceover Bleach Cowboy will not be editing much of this footage. Perhaps he will edit something, but it is very unlikely because he is lazy and does not feel it is necessary to edit something that only took about 5 seconds to get through. Alright, let's pull some PvP tickets and see if we can get a few more victories with this setup. Here we go. 5 more battles. And we're off, guys. We're off. Looking for an opponent now. Refreshing until a ×2 is displayed on my screen. Oh, and I see that there is a Yamamoto opponent. 1849. Some Japanese character plus an A. Let's face them. Once again, we are hoping that there is no Yuwak on the field. And there is not, guys. There is not a Yuwak. And the announcer signals for the battle to begin, and the strategy seems to be working. However, there is a last-ditch survival. This could be a problem. Ulquiorra has no hit points, and we have taken the defeat. But I feel like that was a good example of what I'm trying to do. We are trying to wipe out the enemy in the first volley of strong attacks, and it almost was successful. Perhaps if I had more Senkaizen links for each one of my 3 characters, we would have been victorious, but that is not the case in this scenario. We are going to avoid Yuwak for now and go on to this Halibel. Let's see what this Halibel can do. And the reason we are avoiding Yuwak is because of his 10-hit barrier, which may enable him to survive my initial onslaught of strong attack damage. Okay, so that is the intent there. Here we go. That is more like it. However, I get the feeling that that team was sort of a pleb team. If I am mistaken about that, I apologize to my opponent, but it seemed much too simple of a victory for them to be any good. Let's move on. As I said, we're skipping Yuwak for now. Retsu, however, we will take on in a battle. Here we go, guys. Chad, Retsu, and Yamamoto. Okay, the strong attack volley seems to have eliminated Retsu, and Yamamoto is down as well, but I do not know if I can survive against the Chad, because my characters have basically 0 hit points. And there you have it. If one character is left standing, it is possible for them to defeat my entire team in a few hits. We are coming down to the final tickets now. There are 2 tickets left. Let's go against Tiki, and hopefully we will wipe out their characters in the first volley of strong attacks. Here we go. Okay, the Retsu is down immediately, and the other 2 are down as well. That is a much better example of the strategy I'm trying to employ with this current setup. And finally, we have one more opponent, Dat Az. Now, usually people named things like Dat Az are very powerful PvP players. You want to avoid them at all costs. So that is what we are going to do, and we are going to refresh the list and avoid Dat Az. Alright, so I think we should take on... Let's go after the strongest opponent here, which I think will be Vlad, based purely off his average attack. Here we go, guys. Can we close out this first pilot episode of Will It Work with a Victory? Find out now. Alright, we still have strong attacks left. We might be able to do this. We have succeeded in defeating Vlad. And there you have it, 10 PvP battles, with the strong attack damage glass cannon team in the 4th seat. Granted, 4th seat is not as competitive as 3rd seat and higher, but still a good indication of the potential for this strategy. Like I said, this team setup is far from perfect. If we had link slots on Toshiro, more Senkaizens for the other characters, perhaps we would have had more success. But I'll leave it for you to decide whether or not this strategy is potentially effective or if it belongs in the trash. So thank you for watching, everyone. Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.